This morning, the British public was stunned by a shocking revelation that even the palace couldn't keep under wraps. A report from the tabloids has sent waves through the public revealing that Kate Middleton's security team recently discovered suspicious behavior by a member of Meghan Markle's staff at an event Kate was scheduled to attend. At first glance, it might not seem extraordinary, but when it was revealed that the individual was caught with a listening device, a camera lens, and a detailed list of Kate's public appearances, the situation took a serious turn. While no one has officially labeled it espionage, the signs point unmistakably in that direction. The incident reportedly occurred 2 weeks ago, but has only now been made public. If you find this story interesting, drop a comment with the number 1. If not, comment 0. Don't forget to like, share the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more exciting videos. Now let's dive into the story together. Although Kensington Palace has not made any official comment, sources close to Kate have revealed that she is extremely angry, as the person caught was not a random stranger, but someone with ties to Meghan's public relations advisor in Los Angeles. And indeed, this was not a crazy fan, but someone with a clear connection to Meghan. The story quickly went viral on social media, and even Queen Windsor's clock tweeted on July 9th. They caught someone from Meghan's team watching Kate. If this is true, I'm done. This is no longer Hollywood. The biggest question right now is not only why someone would try to follow Kate, but also what Meghan's team intended to do with the footage, and more importantly, who would be the one to see it. Because here's the surprise, the security team didn't just confiscate the equipment, they also recovered digital files. Some of those files had been uploaded to a cloud account linked to a company in Los Angeles, a company that has a direct public relations contract with a duchess on the other side of the ocean. The situation doesn't end there. Members of the UK Parliament have now quietly confirmed that the matter has been passed on to the FBI. Why the FBI? Because the technology used to collect and transmit the files according to preliminary scans relies on US encrypted surveillance tools. This has completely shifted the situation. This isn't just an invasion of royal privacy, it could potentially be an international espionage case. If the evidence truly implicates Meghan's team for the first time, the palace may not be able to protect her. As mentioned, each deleted tweet, every false statement, and PR cover-up campaign takes hours to undo. If you want to support the channel and help it continue, don't forget to click the join button and become a member. We will continue to expose the things they don't want you to know. The British press is closely following this case because, if the allegations of surveillance are true, this could be the most serious breach of royal protocol in decades. Kate Middleton's team, known for their discretion, has not made any public comments yet. However, a source close to the royal family revealed to the Mirror this morning that Kate was deeply shocked. She had faced tension before, but this time it seemed like everything had been planned in advance. She was shocked, and William was furious. This anger is said to not only be directed at Meghan. William's advisors believe this is not an isolated incident. According to a palace aide, other members of Kate's security team have begun reviewing surveillance footage from events over the past 2 months. And guess what? One of the individuals involved in the current breach, a woman identified only as CD along with internal documents, was also seen near Kate's car during a private charity visit at the end of May. This event was not covered by the press. In fact, the press didn't even know Kate was there. So how did this person know? The implication behind it is chilling. HR watchdog tweeted on July 10th, "If Kate's car was being tracked weekly without anyone noticing, Meghan's team has officially become celebrity spies." This story is dark, but it gets worse. Sources say that when Kate was informed about the connection to Meghan's PR company in the US, she reportedly said something that left the entire team speechless. She still thought this was a game. But this wasn't just anger, it was a breaking point. Despite the previous feuds and Meghan's bitterness about her status treatment, or how the public perceived her crossing the line to spy, wasn't just a moral question, it could also be a criminal matter. That's why, just hours after the internal memo was leaked, a private security consultant hired by the palace immediately contacted U.S. cybercrime investigators. And for the first time, a name was revealed. It was a crisis management director in Hollywood who had worked with Meghan in May. Now this person has deleted their Twitter account, disabled their website, and declined to comment. Someone is on the run, and with the FBI involved, a digital trail is slowly taking shape while UK officials begin to hint at accusations of unlawful surveillance of a royal official. The question now is not whether this will escalate further, but how far Meghan's team will go to turn the situation around, or whether they will act within the next 24 hours. The term Meghan Gate is trending on both sides of the Atlantic. But this isn't gossip. The outrage isn't just coming from outsiders, but from former employees, ex-officials, and even anonymous members of the diplomatic corps. This time, they're not mocking Meghan. They're angry and concerned. Why? Because the information leak from Kate's team isn't just about someone tracking a public event. The article points to a coordinated effort involving a suspicious media center operating out of a PR townhouse in West Hollywood. According to 3 sources, this location received a transfer just a week before the Windsor event from an LLC registered in Delaware with direct ties to Meghan's brand ventures. A Twitter user tweeted on July 11th, "I work for a security company in London. If what I just saw internally is true, then Meghan's media company paid to gain access, not to get a press pass. This is a terrible espionage case." And from there, everything started. An anonymous email was sent to several British journalists, containing what appeared to be excerpts of internal Slack messages from Meghan's North American team. In one message, a female staff member allegedly asked, "Does anyone handle security at Middleton?" Another person replied, "C is still there. She'll know when Kate moves." That single statement shook the palace because it wasn't just passive surveillance. It implied that someone had been planted close to Kate's security team. This requires access to internal information, authentication, and coordination with someone in the UK, which means it wasn't just Meghan alone. Someone in the UK may have assisted, whether intentionally or unintentionally. The Daily Express is now reporting that 3 British citizens have been approached by Scotland Yard for questioning about their connections to this PR company and the possibility of information leaks from events at Windsor. As for Kate, she has remained publicly silent, but her team, known for being discreet when dealing with the media, has started to drop hints. A senior royal aide left a cryptic quote for the Telegraph this morning. "There are limits, and then there are obstacles. This has been crossed." If verified, this would mean Meghan's side not only monitored Kate's schedule, but also planted someone to directly track her. The abbreviation CD has now become the focus of a comprehensive investigation spanning 2 countries. The official identity has yet to be disclosed, but insiders believe these letters refer to a contractor who worked short-term under the management of Kate's third-party logistics team during a charity event last June. This contractor's security clearance allowed her access to event schedules, transportation times, and temporary security routes, which has raised serious concerns. Just days after the incident, the person involved flew to California. According to British Airways flight records, this could be just a coincidence, but then a second leak occurred. A former employee from Meghan's team in California is said to have handed over a series of emails to a congressional investigator after being offered immunity from restrictions. In one of those emails, Meghan's chief strategist is said to have written, "If we have information on the time she appears from Windsor, our press team can turn the situation around before she leaves the event. The issue isn't reporting, the issue is control." On July 12th, Royal Reality tweeted, "You can't plant someone in the royal security team to win debates with the press. That's not public relations. That's interference." Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, U.S. federal officials quietly traveled to London. Initially, their role was unclear, but now we know that the FBI's cybersecurity division is assisting British authorities in examining digital communications, encrypted calls, and cloud backup data from Meghan's media company, which has been subpoenaed by the U.S. under cybercrime cooperation agreements. Why the FBI? Because some of those communications are believed to have originated from the U.S. and involve detailed plans to monitor royal activities aiming to prevent strategic information leaks. Think about it. An American media campaign may have directed staff to infiltrate or intercept sensitive UK schedules. This isn't just a scandal. It's an international incident with far-reaching consequences. A former MI5 advisor told Sky News this morning that if it's proven that a U.S.-based entity coordinated surveillance of a senior royal figure, the response will be swift and severe. However, Meghan's team remains silent, neither denying nor commenting on the matter. Only one lawyer was seen leaving the Santa Barbara office, who reportedly told photographers, "We advise against speculation until everything is verified." That statement seems to reflect the deadlock Meghan's team is facing, as the issue is no longer just speculation. According to The Times, at least 2 subpoenas have been sent to Meghan's business associates in Los Angeles, demanding access to project documents, phone records, and internal conversations. A source claims that what's in those records could make this scandal seem milder than what's currently being revealed, and what happened inside Kensington Palace the morning the FBI agents arrived. No one expected it. Everything was handled very discreetly. A black car with no license plates passed through the side gate exactly at 7:42 a.m. Witnesses reported that 2 agents were accompanied inside the palace by a single liaison officer from the U.S. Embassy in London. Kate's head of private security, a 27-year veteran and former MI6 operative, had been informed in advance by British intelligence. This was followed by a 90-minute private meeting in a restricted area of the residence, although no cameras recorded what was discussed. Sources close to palace staff say the agents presented a preliminary digital activity tracking map related to Meghan's inner circle. This map included timestamps, device IDs, IP geolocation, and notably a cloud backup record connected to Kate's work schedule 2 days before the information became public. This isn't speculation or rumor, it's actual data. If you're intrigued by this story and want to learn more, don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an exciting update. Now let's continue the story together. Shortly after a tweet from Real Royals Watch quickly went viral, the FBI doesn't fly overseas to play guessing games. If Meghan's team is involved, things are about to get serious. tensions at Kensington escalated as Kate was informed of the situation. According to a well-placed source, Kate was very angry but remained composed. She reportedly requested a list of everyone connected to the leaked itinerary and instructed her communications team to prepare an official report for the Cabinet Office. However, the unexpected happened that very night. Meghan was seen attending a gala in downtown Los Angeles. She posed for photos, chatted on the red carpet, and even quoted a line about the power of global female leadership. However, many people at the event later confirmed that Meghan's phone never left her hand. She kept checking it constantly, because behind that smile, she knew the press hadn't yet published the leaked information, but someone might have already cracked it. The real storm was only hours away, and sure enough, a few hours later, another bombshell broke. The figure known as CD, believed to be the insider contractor, was tracked while flying back to Heathrow. However, this time she didn't leave the arrivals hall. She was detained by British authorities as soon as she stepped off the plane at Heathrow. Sources say she was calmly but firmly stopped by two plainclothes officers and led to customs interrogation. For over 4 hours, she was questioned not only about the trip, but also about encrypted apps installed on her phone and a second device she hadn't declared. According to initial reports, this second phone contained a VPN routing through multiple servers in the US and Switzerland, a technique commonly used in corporate espionage and hacker groups. A tweet from investigative blogger Crown Leaks 247 immediately caused a stir. This isn't just a low-level employee caught gossiping. This is outright espionage. This revelation shocked royal officials, especially as many calendar entries on the phone matched royal events down to the minute. And then another development emerged. Then the most unexpected development occurred. During the interrogation, CD Legley revealed that she was indirectly hired through a third-party digital image consulting company based in Los Angeles. However, one of the representatives of that company was stunned to realize that the very same company had been caught last year attempting to purchase location metadata from paparazzi operating around the royal family. When financial records were cross-checked, a name appeared on an invoice, M. Markle. It wasn't definitive proof, but enough to elevate the case to a serious level. Enough to alert the FBI's cybersecurity division and trigger a secret communication with Meghan's legal team from a royal security liaison. A brief, straightforward email. The Duchess may want to review any third-party contractors previously hired to manage public image digital scanning or media monitoring. Current findings suggest a potential breach of the United Kingdom's national security standards. Almost immediately, the internet exploded. A tweet from Roy Expert 2K read, "If Meghan paid a company to spy on Kate, we're not talking about bad consequences. We're talking legal consequences, possibly international ones." As the pressure mounted, Meghan's lawyers issued a vague response saying only, "Our client is not directly aware of the actions of any external digital consultants and expects all parties to operate within the bounds of international law." However, by then, it no longer mattered. At the time that statement was made, Kate had given the green light for a private press briefing, one that would shift public opinion in an unexpected way. It wasn't an official speech nor a press release. It was a subtle yet unmistakable statement from Kate Middleton, and it made a stronger impression than any headline. 3 days after news of the security breach broke, Kate made a surprise appearance at a Royal Foundation event dressed sharply in a navy suit with her security detail doubled. She stood at the podium and delivered a brief speech, but it was her closing line that sent the press into a frenzy. Kate looked straight into the camera and said, Trust is not something we give away lightly. That's what we protect, especially when it comes to our family. That line wasn't in the printed program. The palace communications office hadn't approved it either. But it was spoken deliberately, and everyone understood. Within minutes, Chuck's Kate Peaks became a worldwide trending topic. London Royal Watch tweeted Kate just delivered the most polite warning in royal history. No shouting, no lawsuits, just calm and precise. The press got the message. Stories began swirling about an irreparable rift between Wales and Sussex. But it didn't stop there. Kate is said to have authorized a full review of the internal security processes, not just for her children and public events, but also for all past digital correspondence related to Meghan's charitable activities, partnerships, and private requests made through royal channels. A source close to the palace revealed this isn't about revenge, it's about protection. But it's true that now even actions deemed manipulative won't be tolerated. Meanwhile, the woman at the center of the scandal, Meghan, suddenly vanished from the public eye. According to Los Angeles journalist Fiona St. James, Meghan has paused all media appearances, halted podcast negotiations, and is reportedly reviewing her close circle. A tweet from former royal security advisor Protect the Crown perfectly summed up the mood at the time. This isn't just tabloid gossip anymore. It's about data privacy and a breach that could cost someone everything. For Meghan, silence was no longer a strategy. It was damage control. But the storm didn't wait. Just as she tried to keep quiet, a former palace staffer from the Frogmore Cottage days broke a non-disclosure agreement (NDA) and contacted a major British tabloid with something they called the file. The file's name was unremarkable, a simple memo dated June 19th, but its contents were anything but. According to Simon Farrow's column in the Daily Ledger, the former Frogmore staffer, whose identity remains confidential, handed over a digital cache of messages, memos, and internal signals related to an incident that occurred just weeks before Meghan and Harry stepped down. The file includes a direct message allegedly from a staff member in Meghan's team requesting security information about 2 assistants assigned to Kate. A handwritten note marked by a junior private secretary read, "Find out where Kate is training. I want to see how she presents herself off camera." And most damning of all was a recording from an intimate lunch among staff in which someone was reportedly heard laughing and saying, "Meghan said if she can't get past her, she'll go over her. Be creative." Within hours, these documents were reviewed by legal advisors from both Kensington Palace and Scotland Yard. On July 9th, Truth Behind the Crown tweeted, "The very existence of this file proves Meghan is running a parallel narrative. No wonder the FBI is reportedly involved." For Meghan's critics, this isn't just a PR blunder. It's confirmation of a coordinated effort to undermine the monarchy from within. And the word espionage began appearing more frequently not in tabloid headlines, but in official government memos. A senior aide to the House of Lords reportedly described the actions as a form of modern-day intrusion disguised under the guise of charity. While Meghan's legal team denied any wrongdoing and dismissed the file as a collection of fabricated rumors, others remained unconvinced. Former BBC analyst Marcus Redgrave told Newswatch, "You don't hand over that kind of material unless you're certain you've been exploited." This wasn't leaked by a hater. It came from someone on the inside. Then came a sudden twist that even seasoned royal insiders found shocking. FBI liaison officers stationed in London quietly requested access to the digital files, not just because of the royal scandal, but because some metadata tags inside were linked to a much larger transatlantic investigation. Indeed, what began as a feud between tabloid newspapers suddenly collided with international cybercrime protocols. That's when Buckingham Palace was plunged into darkness. On July 11th, an emergency closed-door session was held at the House of Lords in Westminster, attended by senior intelligence liaison officers, cybercrime experts, and members of the Royal Security Task Force. On the agenda was Meghan Markle's metadata breach, and more specifically, a newly uncovered email sent by Meghan's chief of staff 6 months before the royal split. The email read, "Confirm whether Kate's itinerary is stored on the main drive or on a secure server if needed," requesting clarification for planning purposes. That phrase, requesting clarification, immediately raised concerns about leaks of British intelligence information. That's not how Palisades communicates. It's corporate language, the language of an operations tech team, not a royal schedule. According to internal testimony, the email was quietly flagged during a system audit years ago, but it was never addressed. It was flagged as ambiguous and left unresolved until now. When the FBI obtained it, they reportedly questioned the access to encrypted schedules and the use of data-gathering tools to monitor royal press news before public release. This wasn't tabloid snooping. It was strategic manipulation, possibly even money laundering. A senior cybersecurity analyst told The Telegraph, "This could constitute surveillance aimed at influence. If it crosses the threshold of foreign data manipulation, even if carried out by a private actor, it becomes an international concern." As the House of Lords reviewed the evidence, one voice spoke louder than all the rest. Baroness Catherine Stowe, a longtime critic of royal PR interference, stood up and said, "Even former members of the royal family must have limits. If this were anyone else, if a foreign national paid to track the schedules of our royal family members, we'd be talking about deportation." That statement made the front page of every tabloid across the UK the next morning, and calls for action began. Hashport Meghan started becoming a hot topic within just an hour. A viral tweet from Britannia Prime read, "She uses privacy as a cover for spying. She uses charity to manipulate, and now she wants sympathy. Send her back to her country." Another tweet from Crown Legal stated, "If the palace doesn't act, Parliament may step in. This isn't gossip. This is a constitutional breach." Then, in a chilling development, a secret petition was reportedly drafted at the House of Lords. Its title was a request to restrict access and investigate digital interference by the former Duchess of Sussex. Although not yet made public, sources say it has gained genuine support. Kate remains silent, but her team knows Harry is still in Montecito and is said to be deeply shocked. As for Meghan, she has vanished from all public appearances. No statements, no cameras, just like a ghost. The question now is not whether she's gone too far, but whether she will ever be allowed to return. And honestly, at this point, even that seems overly generous. If you find this story compelling and want to stay updated on the tense developments surrounding the case, please like and share this video with your friends and family so you can discuss these shocking revelations together. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any videos about fascinating and breaking stories coming up. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next videos.